Regarding the gold dinar, I mean, the recent talk you gave in Leeds, you talked about the situation in Pakistan, about the solution being what Najmuddin Erbakan, when he heard of the gold dinar, said this is the solution. Now, if a country like Russia, which is so powerful militarily, does not take that step, how can any Muslim country take
Already?
that step? Well, they have.
Already?
No, they're making moves in that direction. But
Russia,
they haven't taken that step.
excuse me, while we were eating our biryani and going to sleep, Russia and China was building up their gold reserves. Are you aware of that? Yes. Russia and China now have formidable gold reserves, and they're constantly increasing their gold reserves. Number two, without China, Russia, I don't think, would have had the courage to move forward on the economic front. Russia is powerful on the political front and the military front, but the Chinese are the one who are powerful on the economic front. China has the biggest economy in the world, and China is leading the way in attacking and challenging the petrodollar monetary system. But you don't expect me to give a lecture tonight on petrodollar. And the mountain of gold, the hadith of Sahih Bukhari, okay? I can't do that tonight. China is now challenging, because China has a mountain of gold, China is full with gold, and Russia also. They're confident now. And they have India, and they have South Africa, and they have Brazil with them. And they're now challenging, openly challenging the petrodollar monetary system. What is the petrodollar monetary system? The Prophet said that the river Euphrates will uncover a mountain of gold. People will fight for that gold. 99 out of every 1,000 will be killed. Sorry, 99 of every 100 will be killed. And each will say, I will be the ones who will survive. But the believers must not touch that gold. You know this? You know it? You're not shaking your head and slow. All right. There is the possibility of people interpreting the hadith literally. In which case you have to wait for the mountain of the metal, not a little panful, to come out from underneath the river. But we say we have a different way. We recognize this to be mutashabiha, and therefore subject to ta'wil. The Salafi methodology is different. They do not admit the possibility of ta'wil for anyone after the time of Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam and the Aslaf, the early generation. And so they're waiting for the mountain of gold to come out from underneath the river. We say, this is our interpretation, and remember, when you make a ta'wil, you must always say, Allah knows best, because only Allah can confirm that you are correct. If we did not have that full stop, the Shia would have been very happy, because they can give all their interpretations and they say this is correct. But because of that full stop, you have to say Allah knows best. We say that in 1974, when the Saudis were duped because they only had peanuts in their head, to agree to Kissinger to sell oil for only USD, the US dollar got out of no man's land. Yes. And became so powerful it was able to fly higher than ever before. Because all the Arab oil producing countries and then OPEC adopted this position, you cannot buy oil except with USD. So you have a permanent demand for that money. Once there's a permanent demand for that bogus and fraudulent money, they can keep on printing. And they did. So an ocean of oil underneath the river began to function as a mountain of gold. That is the petrodollar monetary system. And it has flourished since then. The United States has been ruling helter-skelter all over the world. And also Europe, benefiting from this bogus monetary system. Gaddafi understood it and didn't talk about it, which is why I didn't know what Gaddafi was doing. And when they learned of what Gaddafi wanted to do in Libya, to build a monetary system for Africa based on gold, This is what they did. They used those schoolboys who take weapons and money from Santa Claus and wage their bogus jihad. And today Libya is gone. We all weep except them. They're still laughing and celebrating that they took over Libya. Wait on Judgment Day to see what Allah will do with you. Yes. Wait. So China is now leading the attack, supported by Russia. For example, China has said to Saudi Arabia, and the Saudis are in a fix. They've not responded as yet, but they're going to have to respond. We will buy your oil from you and we'll pay for the oil in Chinese yuan, in defiance of the petrodollar. But when we pay you in Chinese yuan, we offer to redeem the yuan in gold at the market price. So they're not in violation of the Articles of Agreement of the IMF. Okay? So yes, there are powerful forces at work in Russia and in China, challenging the monetary system and using gold to do it. All that they have not done is to bring gold and silver into the market. But we have to do that because we don't have the power. Pakistan doesn't have the power for China. Pakistan doesn't have the power. Pakistan is chicken feed compared to them. So in order for the Pakistani rupee to survive, and they're going to come after your rupee now, because Imran Khan is not a normal politician, he's a cricketer. Yes, so you're not going to be able to buy him with Saudi riyals, not Imran Khan and his government. So you can expect that the Pakistani rupee is going to be attacked, as the Turkish lira is now being attacked. And if Argentina could bring gold and silver into the market to try to stem runaway inflation, and if Serbia could do the same thing, bring gold and silver into the market to stem runaway inflation, why can't Pakistan do the same thing? Yes. Next one.